Howdy. Christmas time is upon us, so I thought we have to check out some things. That's from Loudwire Music Magazine. Where did rock and metal's devil horns hand gesture come from? Where did the devil horn hand gesture originate? Who invented it? The sign of the horns, also known as devil horns or metal horns, is ubiquitous in heavy metal, hard rock, and beyond. Music fans, especially concert goers, come across it frequently. They throw it up themselves in return, the expression passing from one group of listeners to the next. But where did it come from? It turns out that tracking down a source for the symbol can get murky, especially since the hand sign itself has a history that precedes heavy music. Really? But wait, some readers might think I thought Ronnie James Dio first flashed the devil horns, but is that right? Or was it Black Sabbath's Geezer Butler who brought the gesture to early metal? Maybe Gene Simmons trying to trademark a version of the horns in 2017 had some giving kiss to the demon, they claim. Yet it would appear that the devil horn truth goes beyond any of those musicians. Though, that's not to say those performers' championing of the gesture didn't help popularize it in music. Regardless, we wanted to know the honest truth about the devil horns. Who started the gesture? Is there an artist or band that can legitimately take credit for first making the hand motion in rock or metal? Yeah, obviously that's from the Wacken Open Air. To get anthropological. Yes, the chicken noticed my mistake. One should know that the hand gesture metalheads identify as the devil horns can mean other things to different cultures and religions. If you are in Italy and you extend your index and little finger while holding the others with your thumb, a local might think you're trying to ward off bad luck or insult them. As CNN has documented, it can be regarded as an offensive sign elsewhere in the world as well. And the gesture's history extends further still, especially in spiritual capacity. The irony is that the signal a metal fan makes to indicate some mix of loud music, hedonism, and possibly devil worship often is used to expel demons. In Buddhism, the Karana Mudra, it's yoga's Apana Mudra, said to bring health and strength or even clear up gas and indigestion. Indigestion. There are other examples. Now, this Texas Longhorns hook'em horns is an emoji. The point is the physical gesture itself was used long before it was tied to metal or even music. That said, the horn symbol is not precisely the same as those ritual motions, where the middle finger and ring fingers lightly touch the tip of the thumb. With the horns, the thumb typically covers one or more of the fingernails. But that's now what we really want to know, is it? We want to know if an artist or band can claim as the horn's originator in music. Alas, that's where the conversation between a handful of rockers about the gesture's provenance can make things blurry. Instead of one carefully looks over the available info, it doesn't seem too difficult to conclude who likely threw them up first. Check it out. Lion. Hell. And Danzig. And a pigeon. Okay, Diogenean Geezer. To reach a confident conclusion On who invented music's devil horns, however, one must weed through the list of artists attached as its inventor over the years. Amazingly, even the Beatles have skin in this game, as plenty of metalhead are no doubt aware that list almost always starts with Ronnie James Dio. Yes, you can read that to the end if you want to. I just want to throw in quickly this geography realm, geography of heavy metal bands. It's been about 9 years since Reddit user Depots mapped out the density of heavy metal bands around the world. In 2012, so has the geography of heavy metal bands changed since then? Let's go down to the infos. So, which countries have the highest number of heavy metal bands per 100,000 residents? When per 100,000 residents value for heavy metal bands is calculated, the rankings shift. Finland may only be the 65th largest country in the world, but it ranked number 1 both in 2012 and 2021 as the country with the highest ratio of heavy metal bands to 100,000 residents. There are now roughly 42.61 bands per 100,000 residents in Finland. Nordic countries in general have continued to dominate in the per capita rankings, with Iceland and Sweden ranking second and third respectively. Faroe Islands ranks fourth and newcomer to the list. Saint-Pierre Miquelon ranks fifth with just one band and a population of 5,321. Norway ranks sixth on the list. The complete table of the Vacancy top rankings 15 as follows. Finland first. Yes, I have been contributing to the metal scene as well. In Joensuu, the site of the plasma rocks, where you can find molten metal on top of the rocks made by lightning strikes. That's Joensuu. There has been the capital of metal, this kind of contest or whatsoever, some years ago. And this town got second. The first, the place which won the competition, is not really a town, it's basically a village. But anyway, Joensuu is a real town and we made it second. So we have in this town a very high density of metal. And there are many bands here, despite we are quite far off everything. Yeah, that's funny. Check it out, a few corpses more. This is the band I have been in. I don't know if you still have a band, I don't know. Things are difficult, you know. Since one band member is a historian at the University of Eastern Finland. And we don't really agree on certain things. Yeah, I think it's funny. But anyway, back to the horns sign. I think we could take this as a very good example of what I'm trying to explain about the origin of that sign. Let me show you something.
Just a few thousand years ago, our ancestors witnessed a gathering of planets close to the Earth. an explosion of human imagination occurred, an outpouring of mythology and symbolism that defined cultures for thousands of years. Long after the celestial provocation itself was forgotten.
Now, let's start from some seconds ago. We got already too far. That's Earth, Mars, Venus, and Saturn. Mars, Venus, Saturn. Here you can see the horns. That's Mars. This is Venus. As is shown here. Mars, Venus, the horns. So your thumb is representing Mars. The two fingers are Venus. And the rest of the fingers are representing Saturn. Imagine this would be a hand. Yeah. I think the horn sign is representing the polar configuration. Yeah, of course, that's why it has ties to Satanism and all these kind of things, like, bad things are happening, Venus and stuff. You know the story. Hopefully. If not, watch at least this one video. And make up your own mind, your own conclusions. But I think the signs of the horns, which is used widely in metal, is representing the polar configuration. And I really apologize for my total inability to draw anything. But anyway, I think I leave it here. Thanks. Bye. And actually, I made already once a video about that, but I couldn't find it, so I just thought I'd make a new one. Just for the science. Because I think it's interesting. We are coming into Christmas. There are like Christmas things all over the place. Wherever you go, they are representing whatever parent instabilities and all these kinds of things. What's the thing about Santa Claus? Like, I made a video about this. Probably I make a new one because I cannot find it anywhere. But let's see. There's quite something going on all over the place as well. Interesting times. Yes. Thanks. Bye.